How's it going? It's your boy Drake DeVerna. First episode of Drake's Takes. I'm sorry my voice is a little gone. I went to the Bears game yesterday. It was incredible. What a vibe. Let me introduce myself. I'm Drake DeVerna. I'm 29 years old. I love sports to death. I love stand-up comedy to death. I love movies to death. And this is Drake's Takes, the YouTube version. We're going to figure this out. Right now I'm on a camera that's like $200. I've had it for years. It's a Sony though, so it's solid. Okay, it's nice. So we're gonna figure this out. I just want to tell you, like yesterday, I went to the Bears game. Incredible game. Incredible game. First drive. I'm not a Bears fan. I'm a Raiders fan. We'll get to that. But first drive of the game, Caleb Williams looks like $1 million. $1 million. It was incredible. He scores. The plays weren't pretty. They were a little sloppy, but he looked great. It was amazing. And then from there, it just got rough. I think it was the first 10 plays. They had planned the first 10 plays perfectly. They're like, all right, these are our first 10. I bet I got an iPad here to look at stats and stuff. That's another thing. But just a great first drive. The Bears look incredible. I go to the game the whole time. I'm like, we need a pick six. I need a pick six bad. I need like air, you know? And look at this. They're up 6-10. Vikings driving, trying to drive. And out of nowhere, pick six, 17-6 going into half. And you're like, oh, this is a different thing. Caleb Williams, the defense is dialed, even with two of their best corners out, Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon gone, hurt, whatever, get week one. So you're like, oh, this team's different. They don't have their two best defenders. They're already getting pick sixes. What's happening? And then from there, it just was chaos. It was mayhem. It was horrible. It was like watching somebody get scalped. They didn't score again. Well, they did score again, but it was garbage time. I don't count that. Whatever. Like, it was insane. Caleb Williams, it just looked as the game went along, he lost everything. He lost his brain. He made some good throws. The offensive line still needs work. The defense got smoked, unfortunately. But J.J. McCarthy came out looking like gold. He had struggled. He had 53 yards at half. 53 yards. And he struggled hard. And he came back out second half. He said, I'm dialed. And he dialed in. He got Justin Jefferson. He got Aaron Jones on a touchdown. And he was dialed in. And it was incredible. Great game. The Bears, they're going to move into the suburbs. That's a terrible choice. I hate that. That's insane. They shouldn't have did that. But we're going to get into it. Like I said, my name is Drake DeVerna. I love sports. Like, it's been my only thing. It's been something that's been like my sweet spot. I've loved it since I was a kid. It was the only thing. I would watch sports and be like, I'm in my own world. I'm good. Life is good. And I still do that to this day. This is, like I said, this is the first episode, so we're figuring stuff out. My teams that I love more than anything, Notre Dame football, period. My first team, my first love. Like, a lot of people have girls for loves. Notre Dame football, Jeff Samardzija, Brady Quinn, Jimmy Clausen, Tom Zbikowski. Those were my first loves. I remember watching Notre Dame football with my dad as a kid. My dad's got the Irish tattooed on him. That's how real this is. I'm getting it at some point. We'll decide. Not a big tattoo guy. That's fine. We'll figure it out. I love Notre Dame football more than anything. Last year, the first drive, Riley Leonard leading us into scoring and taking the lead. For 8 minutes, we were national champs. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to see one at some point. I'm going to see a real natty. But for 8 minutes, Riley Leonard, I love you. We were national champs. Incredible. Second team. Sorry. Second team. The Oakland Raiders. I'm going to say Oakland. I know it's Vegas now. I don't care. When I started liking them, they were Oakland. When I started liking them, they had Jamarcus Russell. Okay? It was different. Darren McFadden, one of my favorite players of all time in any sport ever. College, NFL. Incredible. I love him. I don't care what anyone says. Fight me. He's my man. I've loved the Raiders since I was young. When I was young, my dad is a Cowboys fan. Random. His dad's dad was a Cowboys fan, and it just happened randomly. So when I was a kid, my older brother doesn't really have a team. He just kind of picks whatever team everybody likes, and he goes whatever the opposite is. So for me, he said, all right, you know what? I'm the only one that can have no team. So he takes me in a room. He types it up. We're at my grandma's house, who are Packers fan. We watch every Packer game. From like 8 to 16, we'd go there every Sunday, watch Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. Incredible. So we go in the room, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what team I want to pick. He just says, write a team in. And I'm a big fan of Pirates. I think I just seen Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe. I don't know. Like, maybe that was it. But I was just like, the all black, the eye patch. I have glasses, so I can relate somewhat. And I wrote the Raiders. And I've loved the Raiders ever since, through all thick and thin. Derek Carr, Antonio Brown, Henry Ruggs, idiot. Like, I've loved the Raiders in every... Terrell Pryor. I love the Raiders. I still do. I want to talk about the Raiders. This week, the Raiders looked great. Let's just say it. Geno Smith caught a lot of flack. 362 yards. No offense to Aiden O'Connell from our last year. That's terrible. That like he might get 362 in 3 games. It was insane. Geno Smith, Pete Carroll. We're going back to the old Seahawks days. It's incredible. I love it so much. We got 2 young studs in Genty and Bowers, and we got the old grizzled vets and Crosby and Geno, and Max is a vet at this point, which is incredible. They looked great. It was a hard game. Pete Carroll, king of adjustments. First half, I'm like, oh, we're going into halftime. I'm like, oh, this might get rough. Drake May might start picking us apart. Second half, Pete Carroll makes the changes, and we're back. Incredible game. Let's freaking go Raiders. And my last 2 teams, Cleveland Guardians, Indians, whatever you want to say. The Don's trying to switch it back. That's on him. I love Indians. I love everybody, whatever. Cleveland Guardians and the Cleveland Cavs. Now, I've only seen 1 championship in my life, and that was the 2016 Cleveland Cavs. And it was one of the greatest moments of my life. I was deployed to Japan with my boys. I remember watching in a food court on base, crying my eyes out in front of other grown men in uniform. They probably like, dude, they've seen people die. And I'm like, no, the Cavs are winning a chip. This is real. This is real tears, okay? The Cavs win the chip. One of the greatest days of my life. I have to go back and act like I'm like at work like normal. Like, it was insane. So great. I love all these teams. I'm sure there's teams I'll fall more in love with. Like this year for college football, Vanderbilt, Diego Pavia, Cedric Alexander. I love it. I'm on them heavy. I'm riding with them till the sun comes up, Like, it's going to be amazing. It's awesome to watch. This is just the opening segment. I don't know. I'm not trying to spew a bunch of stuff. Later, we're going to talk to a caller. I'm doing a call-in segment. Somebody calls in to talk about the Panthers, who look terrible. We're also going to do my 5-on-5 segment where 5 minutes, 5 topics, real quick, knock it out. I don't know how this is going to go. This is the first time. I can write as much as I want for the Drake's Takes on the Substack, whatever. Sometimes I can't put into words. I need to talk and visualize stuff. And I'm making eye contact with you, and I don't even do that with real humans. So you guys are special. I appreciate if you're watching. This is going to get better week by week. And I appreciate it. Peace. How's it going? This is Drake's Takes. This is the call segment of the show, the Team Takes segment. We're going to take some calls today from some NFL fans. A great day of football. This first fan that we're getting a call from is a Panthers fan. So let's hear what they have to say here in a minute. They're going to be giving us a call. This game was pretty cut and dry. The Panthers are ass. I'm just going to say it. They're rough to watch. It didn't seem like they had anything going for them. We're getting the call right now. Let me take this call. This is, how's it going? This is Mo in DC. How's it going, Mo?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
How's it going? We're talking Panthers. How are you feeling about the game? Let's hear your thoughts first on the overall feeling of the team and the game.
Where do I begin? It's just same old story over and over again for the last couple of years since David Tepper has taken ownership, but it's just not good. Yesterday, defense, same problems, just letting people run all over them. The Jaguars had 200 rushing yards yesterday. As far as the offense, we got drop passes. We got wide receivers not blocking. We got turnovers. My Bryce fumbled 2 interceptions. Like, you just can't have that. We can't win football games with turnovers. So it's just bad. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I know it's only week 1, but it ain't looking good.
Yeah, that was a pretty rough watch. I watched the game. I'm just kind of the Bryce thing is very frustrating because it's year 3 now, and you really want to. At this point, you need to be taking a turn. And this game specifically, game 1 of year 3, you expect somebody to come out and really show out, and he just looked flustered. He made some throws that were okay. I think Tet McMillan looked amazing. He made him look very good on some tough throws. But I think the offense overall looked pretty bad. Chuba Hubbard is he's just solid. He's going to get you 1,000 yards at this point a year. He's one of the bright spots on that offense. The Bryce thing is definitely a problem, though. I don't think he's really improved. I thought this offseason he would take a jump, but it didn't seem like it to me.
No, he hasn't. I honestly was expecting him to play as well as he did the last couple of games of the season last year when he got benched and then came back. I don't know, maybe that was crazy to think that, but yeah, he's not getting it done. It's just as simple as that. He's not getting it done. I mean, they didn't do a bad job of converting on third down. It wasn't terrible, but there was a lot of throws left on the field. I know people have always said, Carolina hasn't really had a good offensive line. I mean, they gave up 1 sack yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, but that's not terrible. And the offensive line wasn't terrible last year, so I don't know at this point.
I think the offensive line, I think Bryce's legs saved him a couple times, definitely for sure as well. I think there was some times where it was a little shaky. There's a lot of negatives to take from this game. One of the positives that I want to speak on, we've talked about it a little bit this year, is Tet McMillan. I think he looked really great. I think he was probably the bright spot on that offense. How did you feel about him overall?
No, he played well. T-Mac played well. I'm actually I'm happy they drafted him. Bryce definitely needed that, and we definitely needed another playmaker on offense as well, or playmaker in general. But he's definitely been a bright spot on this past game for sure. And like you already mentioned, Chuba's going to get his. Definitely going to get 1,000 yards this season for sure.
Yeah, I really like Chuba ran well. I think the line, like you said, it's not good. I feel the line is just middle of the road still. I think it's not bad. It's not really good. That's something that needs to be worked on. I think the defensive line I think the front 8 on defense is really bad. I'm just going to say that now.
Yeah, no, the linebackers for sure, non-existent. It's just bad, but it's lack of talent too as well.
Yeah.
And just over the last couple of years, just haven't drafted well. To be honest, haven't drafted well. I don't even know.
I mean, luckily with the DBs like J.C. Horn and Trevon Mulring, who you guys got from my Raiders this year, both of them didn't look terrible. I think J.C. Ward had an interception that was solid. I think the DBs are like pretty. They're gonna have to be amazing if with the front 8 looking like that, which is tough, but.
Absolutely. They're not getting no pressure. It's just as simple as that. It looked like Trevor Lawrence all day. That's what it looked like.
And Etienne's a fine running back, but that he looked like he should be in the Hall of Fame. With some of those runs, that was insane. I can't believe that was real. That was crazy. The Tutton, it looked like they're going to be top tier running backs, which I think they'll be fine. But I think that the front 8 of Carolina was really rough. So overall, not the best day for the Panthers. But what's something good you can take overall from this going into next week? What's something good you can take from this performance overall?
The ability to actually run the ball and being successful at it, I think, that's something that they can take moving forward. Offensive and just moving the ball forward and converting on third downs, which they did a pretty decent job at. So
you're going to the next 3 weeks. You go Cardinals, Falcons, Patriots. Do you have any comments on the coming weeks? How you feel going in? Do you feel you have a significant advantage against any of those teams?
No. I do think they can squeeze a win out, and maybe with New England.
I think that's fair. Watching New England against my Vegas Raiders was very eye-opening. I think a lot of people thought that the Patriots were going to come in and just kind of mollywop the Raiders, but I think they kind of showed with the veteran leadership of Geno and Pete Carroll, they made some second-half adjustments. I think that really showed a lot for the Raiders.
Yeah, definitely. If we could squeeze a win out of any team, it would definitely be the Pats for sure. Just with inexperience, that quarterback. No knock on Drake May, but I just think there's some opportunities there. But other than that, I think the Cardinals are they're gonna run the ball all over them.
Yeah.
I expect James Conner to have 130.
I mean, yeah, and Trey Benson as well. It could get rough with Kyler, Trey Benson, and James Conner. We talked a lot about the players looking rough. What's your opinion on Dave Canales and what he can change going forward with the growth of all the young players like Tet and trying to figure out Bryce Young? Because I still think it's year 3 at this point. You really shouldn't be a project. I feel like at year 3 you should be turning the corner and you should really make the jump from either you're going to be really good or you're just going to be middle of the road.
I think the ceiling's already been set. I don't think, you have to start with talent as well too, talent acquisition and stuff that they've done in the front office. But Dave, I think this is the highest that we've seen was like the end of last season. They've gotten better, but this is it. Honestly, I expect the coach change at the end of the year. I do.
Well,
I don't see in the way the defense has been playing too. Like there's everything that's going on. Like it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Yes, coming into this year, I think there was a lot of hype around the Panthers. I think everybody was like, Bryce is going to take the jump. The defense isn't great. It's good. I think the defense, like I said, looked really poor. I think Bryce Young didn't show me anything new. I thought like you said, the end of last year, I thought he was going to flip the switch and really take the turn. And he got Ted McMillan, a great weapon. You have a great running back in Chuba Hubbard. He's going to get you 1,000 a year with ease. He's going to get his numbers. But I think the lines, the defensive and offensive line, are definitely lacking for sure. I think the offensive line's fine, but the defensive line is really bad. I hope in the coming weeks that they can, because it is week 1. I understand that's what needs to be understood. It is week 1. The first few weeks of the year, you're kind of figuring stuff out. It could have been a poor matchup for them. So hopefully in the coming weeks they figure it out a little bit. The Cardinals will be tough. They looked very good in their first game against the Saints. But going into a division matchup against the Falcons, I think there's holes there that could be found by Canales. So any final thoughts before we get up out of here about the Panthers and anything positive you want to you want to speak on before we get out of here?
Anything positive? No, I'm just looking forward to next year's trip.
Okay.
That's positive. That's just positive.
And watching the college weeks first of all. Do you have any people? Do you think you go quarterback, or do you have another player in mind that you'd like to see in a Panthers uniform?
Great question. Who would I like to see? I would like to see Lenore Sellers in a Panthers uniform. I know it's crazy, but for right now, that's one quarterback that stands out to me.
South Carolina boy, he's looked pretty good. He's looked pretty solid in his first 2 starts. Last year, he really looked good. He's in the SEC this year, so he'll really get some legit competition. That'll be good to see. I think he would fit well in Carolina. They need to if they get Lenora Sellers with whatever pick, the rest of the picks need to be either defense or line. I don't care who it is. Strict defense. So, all right, Mo in DC, I appreciate the time. Have a great day. Thank you very much for calling.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. All right, that was Mo in DC. This is the call-in session. We'll do this every week. We're going to talk to a different fan of a different team. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. What's up, y'all? It's Drake DeVerna. We're back. 5-on-5 segment. We're coming up. 5 topics, 5 minutes. I don't even know. It could be whatever most times, but this one is mostly sports, okay? We're going to get right into it. I have the timer here. This is serious. I take timekeeping very serious, and this is a serious segment, okay? Nah, I'm kidding around. We're going to have fun. I love it. Let's freaking go. I'm starting off. I want to talk Mississippi State, Arizona State. One of the best college games I've seen. I was into it the whole time, and one of the main reasons is Mississippi State has probably the best fan base in all of college football. It's a hot take. It could be a hot take. I'm not sure. I love them. The cowbells, the loudness. Multiple times, Jordan Levitt, the quarterback for Arizona State, couldn't hear his own thoughts. He couldn't hear. He kept doing the thing with his ears. He's shaking. He's shooken. He's a milkshake. It's messed up. But Mississippi State, after a 2-10 start, already matched last year. They have 2 wins. They're 2-0. But the thing is, they're in the SEC. So you beat 2 teams. Arizona State lost a lot of guys. They lost Scottaboo. They lost their big dog. Levitt's fine. Jordan Tyson's good. We'll see. That's going to be interesting. Mississippi State, a team to look out for. I love them. Evan Chapin, keep up the good work, buddy. And we're on to the next. Ravens-Bills. If you didn't watch this game, cut this off right now and go watch it. I don't care. I watched it with my boy who's a Bills fan, and it was the closest thing to a spiritual experience, okay? Down 40-25. I tell my boy, I said, they literally cannot make another mistake. Perfect football. And then it happens. Derrick Henry fumbles the ball. They score. And they score again. And they go, and they drive down. And they take the lead. And they win the freaking game. Josh Allen, I understand Lamar's good, but it seems like every time he's in a big situation, he blows it. That's just his thing. Okay? And that's tough. But these 2 teams, I wish they could go to other divisions. I want to see Ravens-Bills Super Bowl more than I want anything. That would be incredible. I love that game. I don't know. Derrick Henry, they couldn't stop him. It was like he was playing Madden, and they couldn't stop him. And then he fumbled, and everything fell apart. It was insane. Derrick Henry fumbling doesn't happen. Does not happen. On to the next thing. I want to talk about The Conjuring. I saw the new Conjuring movie. Can we get off Annabelle's dick? It's not about her. Annabelle's in this movie like a good amount of time. It was a solid movie, but move on. We're done with the dolls. Chucky, old news. Annabelle, you're done. Put them on the bench. They're trash. The main character of this movie was a mirror. A freaking mirror. And it was better than Annabelle. Annabelle, you're cooked. You did 3 movies. You're done. You're trash. Move along. Conjuring, that's the last movie. Honestly, thank God. Because if you're going to freaking just throw Annabelle in there like it's her movie, it's not. Let the mirror get its shine. And let the family that's getting haunted get its shine. The Warrens are the family, but let's freaking focus on the family that's getting haunted more. Okay? The Conjuring, good movie. 7.5 out of 10. But come on now. Annabelle, move along, lady.
All right, next thing, we're talking Pack. Go, Pack, go. I live in Chicago. Yesterday, watching the Bears lose was the best day for a Packers fan. Blowing a game. But we're not here to talk about Bears, Vikings. We already did that. We're moving on. We're talking about the Packers against the Lions. Micah Parsons played 30 snaps, and he got so much pressure, it was insane. The Packers defense looked like a whole new defense. Like if Super Bowls were today, it would be Bills Packers, because those two teams looked incredible. It was amazing. I loved every bit of that game. It's tough to watch Detroit do bad. But stuff happens, okay? And now we're going on to the final minute and my favorite thing to talk about ever, Notre Dame football. We lost to Miami week 1. Cool. We lost by 3 points with a new quarterback in Miami. And we came back and almost won. And the lines were getting blown up the whole time. But no, we're talking about Notre Dame, Texas A&M. I'm tired of the Texas A&M hype. We talk about Texas A&M every year like they're good, like they're Georgia. They're Texas A&M. They haven't had a good player since Johnny Manziel. Like, they've had good players, but they haven't had a season like that since Johnny Manziel. Move along. Notre Dame, we've got a vendetta against you. We're coming in to our house. We're going back to Notre Dame, and we're going to stomp you out. That's all it's going to be. Jeremiah Love, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Book it. CJ Carr, he's a freshman, and he's incredible. Okay? Notre Dame, we're dialed in. Let's freaking go. And that is the time. I'm stopping it at 5 minutes. That's 5 on 5. I love you. I appreciate you. Peace. Yo, this is the end of the video. I thank you so much. We're going to figure this out. I'm trying to figure it out on the fly. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. We're going to get this right. I appreciate everybody who's listening. I love you. Drake's Takes, this could move days. I don't know. I might put it on Monday instead and just do Friday for writing on the Substack. I'm not sure. I just want to hold, like, if I do it on Monday, I just have the whole weekend to work. And I can work on it, knock it out, and it'll be golden. Because right now, it's middle of the week. I need to be out doing stuff, living life. If I'm on the weekend working, it'll be perfect. And I'll come in with some hot stuff, some hot takes from Drake, talking about football. And it's going to be that season soon, playoff baseball. I love it. It's my probably my favorite playoffs. Honestly, I love it to death. I love you guys to death. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. Go Irish.